We have the dragon.
We have
Enter
the dragon.
The dragon. Can we say enter the dragon? Is that copywritten? Probably
That's
not.
a good question. If we're just saying it in a sentence, I don't think so.
Okay. So, and now the overarching theme of PRS guitars is evolution, is pushing the envelope and finding a better way to build a guitar. So if I had an original Dragon, would I be envious of this, and why?
I don't know if you'd be envious because the original Dragons are pretty slick.
Tell me about it. I have three.
You have three?
They're by my Dumble.
Only three?
Yeah.
Come on, man. No, it's you're right. Evolution is the name of the game with PRS, and every time we've done a Dragon, we do it a little bit different. You know, we've changed the inlay, we do a different design, a different drawing, and sometimes it's on the body. And we did a double neck one year. This is the 40th Anniversary Dragon. So this is the first time we've done a Dragon in the McCarty platform, which for us is really important one because the McCarty as a model is really important to our history and the references Ted McCarty, who's a legend in the industry and obviously a mentor of sorts to Paul. But also, 40 is a huge anniversary year for us, so that's a big deal.
For sure. So let's talk about the specs of this, and obviously, it is a McCarty, so it's got the bit of a thicker headstock, a little bit of a thicker body, kind of a thicker sound.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's the single, wraparound tailpiece with little brass inserts under the strings, and yeah, this is kind of our, this is our reference to the vintage world. For sure. And so, we were talking about the inlays first and foremost. I mean, that's the first thing that grabs you, which is saying something when you look at how stunning the guitar is in and of itself. Oh, yeah.
The artist behind this?
Yeah, so this is Jeff Easley, who designed this picture. He did a lot of the covers for the classic Dungeons & Dragons books. And a company called Olson Inlay, who we do a lot of work with them. They did the actual inlay work using Jeff's design. And then obviously we build the guitar. So it's a collaborative effort, and there's over 200 pieces of inlay on that fretboard. It uses both pale moon ebony, which you can see the lighter kind of brown there, and gaboon ebony, which is the darker kind of almost binding shell of it.
Okay.
So it's a lot of different components very artistically placed into one piece. I mean, it's a piece of art.
It really is, and the funny thing is, and you brought this up before because I was remarking about how great it sounded. Sometimes a guitar as a working piece of art can look stunning, and then you go, oh, well, I would never play it necessarily, but hearing that plugged in and just hearing how phenomenal it sounds on top of it, which justifies the purchase, I guess.
Oh yeah, I mean, it looks amazing, but first and foremost, it has to be a good guitar, and that's our whole thing, right?
Yeah. It doesn't sound like Paul would build something just for the sake of art.
Probably not.
Okay. And you've got the McCarty III pickups in there.
Yeah, this is the debut of our McCarty III pickups, actually. It's the first time we've had them out in the world. It's something Paul's been working on for a number of years to kind of land on this sonic footprint, and I think he knocked it out of the park. They sound amazing.
They really do. I mean, to me, it sounded like, and I'll use the tried and true PAF kind of vibe, which we all know there really is no one PAF sound. Right. But I think if you were to take a snapshot and try and pull the elements of what someone would want out of that sound, I think, yeah, like you said, he nailed it. And again, he'd probably bristle at me comparing it to a PAF.
I don't think so.
But just sonically, that guitar is great as it is visually stunning. Any other specs that's just for this guitar that you wouldn't see on anything else other than the inlay?
Well, obviously the inlay is the big, most important thing for us. It's a Zirconi neck, which every one of these is going to have its own kind of grain pattern to it. I mean, Zirconi tends to be a very figured wood, so that's pretty cool. But in terms of other unique factors, it's the Dragon. That's the whole thing.
Sure.
Otherwise, it's a burnt chestnut, which is a color that we haven't really done before. Otherwise, so it's a non-catalog color. But no, man, this is private stock. It's just a really, really killer version of the guitar.
Can we hear how this lovely lady sounds?
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, so right now we're playing through the Sanzera just on the clean channel, and here it is on the treble pickup. And even though you have the Dragon inlay and it can be kind of hard to see where you are on the board, there's still side dots on there.
Thank goodness.
Still gives you some guidance.
When you bring it down to the local blues jam, and you're in the dark.
Open mic nights, that kind of thing, yeah. Sure. It gives you a little visual reference. There's both pickups. And then here's the bass pickup. Oop.
really throaty.
Yeah.
But with no mud, again. I'm such a sucker for trying to find a really good neck pickup without having to adjust everything and
yeah, you're right.
the way they're voiced.
They tend to, a lot of bass pickups tend to be pretty muddy and kind of that overwhelms the tonality. And in this case, no, everything's still coming through nice and clean.
Crack the code.
That's right.
Can we hear it like with a little game, maybe like the sustain, maybe go out, get a bite and come back and see if it's still there?
Sure. Yeah, let's throw it on the lead channel and see where we're at. Still does the thing.
You have slain this dragon, and you have slaked my thirst for tone.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I felt that flame should come out of the headstock when that happened. That would be the next evolution. Again, with the 12-sided die.
We'll talk to the production guys about that.
Yeah, well, it's lacking. It's a nice guitar. Don't get me
Maybe
wrong.
it'll be our next truss rod work. Is get some pyrotechnics in there.
I think that's a great idea. Thanks for the time.
Oh man, thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right, man.